United have picked up a bit lately. We've talked about this, haven't we? So in a way, I was quite surprised to see that they did lose the game. I mean, the incident in question, whereby I think the young chap was called Gueye, similar to Pellet's Marc Gueye name, but it's not the same spelling.
Yeah.
But it was an attack. It wasn't even as if Manchester United scored. They had an attack, and whatever happened, and you could see what happened, but not so much the build up to it. But I think young Gueye thought that Michael Keane, who's a much bigger guy than Gueye, should not have let the shot come in from the Manchester United player, because he seemed to come up to Michael Keane, who's a much bigger player, and he was really angry. This young fellow, I think he used to play for PSG. I think they got him from PSG. Anyway, he then little slap on the one side of his face, and of course they got all the camera angles. And then it was a slightly harder slap on the other side. And of course, at that point, you could see, I mean, Michael Keane was just trying to push him away. He's an older professional and he knows what it's about. But he wouldn't have it, this young fella. He just kept at it. And at a point, it looked like Michael Keane was going to really retaliate. The goalkeeper, Pickford, stepped in between them. But then the ref instantly came over, Tony Harrington, the ref, put a red card up. And that almost made young Gueye worse. He lost it completely, and he was being held by a couple of his own players, and they had to eventually get him off the pitch. I mean, the corollary to that afterwards is he was profusely apologising to the team at half-time and afterwards, when, of course, it's a bit late for that, but better then than not at all, I suppose. Interestingly, some of the pundits, actually, the commentator or the co-commentator plus pundits at half-time, including Jamie Carragher, I think, they said they felt the referee could or should have let it calm down on the pitch and just talked to them and not punished it, maybe a yellow card. Now, I don't know what you think about that. And actually, listening to the manager of Everton, David Moyes, afterwards, I suppose having won the game, he wasn't in a bad mood, inevitably, having won an away game at Manchester United. But he actually said something like, no, I quite like it when my players fight because it shows their passion. Well, I think if they lost, I don't believe he may have had that view. And I can't understand anyone who would say, if he's just saying, yeah, they'd be passionate, argue with each other, but not start physically fighting. So I didn't buy that at all. And for me, I think the ref, he instantly did the red card. He saw what had happened. It wasn't a quick little slap and a walk away. He was trying to make it worse, this young player. So I think he took the right action. Because otherwise, if he placated and said, look, I'll just give you a yellow or calm down, lads, then you're going to see something like that start to happen more regularly, because players think, I can get away with this. Once you nip something in the bud, it tells players you can't do that. But yeah, so Manchester United, they had the stats on their side, I think, as you say.
Yeah.
On paper, they had more of the ball, etc. But my gut feeling was Everton just about deserved to win, not least because they did have 10 men and they applied themselves very well. I won't attempt to make a judgment or a comment really on the way he played his team, his tactics. He seems to sort of change tactics a bit here and there, sometimes mid-game, I think. So yeah, AMORIM would have been very disappointed with losing at home to Everton. And and the great thing is, having lost that game, the great thing is that Manchester United now have a pretty tough game, dare I say, next Sunday, when I will be there giving my two penneth, because they're playing Crystal. Because they're playing Crystal Palace at Crystal Palace, so we're gonna be ready for them, and hopefully give them two consecutive defeats. And it
I
wouldn't
mean,
surprise me if Palace do win, to be honest. I mean, these things you can never tell. These things can go either way. No team is a walkover. But on current form, because Palace are doing all right at the moment, I think we're fifth in the league, which is pretty good. On current form, I'm quite confident Palace can win it. So we will see.
yeah.
If we don't, I will probably be in a bad mood with you next Wednesday, Cuz.
Oh yeah. So when I saw the highlights, I thought, right. So so Manchester United couldn't even win with 11 man
Yeah, yeah.
on on
It's
on the
because they,
pitch and at
yeah, they
home as
picked up
well.
lately, haven't they? Yeah,
Yeah,
and at home.
and at home as well. And when I read up on the history of the two clubs having played each other over the years, and I found out that it was the first time that David Moyes would win at Manchester United at home, and it was the first time that Everton has won a game in it's won a game against Manchester United at home, well away, Everton away, Manchester United at home, since 2013.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's over 12 years, isn't it? Or
Yeah.
almost, yeah. So it's quite significant for Everton, and of course it then puts them above Liverpool.
Mm.
The
One
win,
one point, I think,
one point,
or a
one
goal
point,
difference, something like that. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
above Liverpool. So when I analyzed the thing in my head, I thought, right, okay, so he's ever had a fight. He's either had a fight with his wife, or whatever happened between him and Michael Keane was off. Was it Michael Keane, the player?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Was off pitch. So it didn't start on the pitch. I don't think so. I don't think you could just, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I looked at it and I thought they've probably had words or whatever, or he's probably done something. Maybe he took his
Mm.
lunchbox or something, something of that nature. I don't know. But for you to know, to then look at your teammate and start,
Mm.
starting up a fight with them, it's yeah, I think it's something that started somewhere else. I don't know where it started from. Perhaps it'll come up. It'd be a good, interesting story.